Hey folks, Erin here, mindfulness teacher. I wanted to ask you something today. What is your exhaustion level versus your will to educate people level? And I've been grappling with this ratio so much during Pride Month. I think a lot of folks expect me to answer questions that, really just by me existing as a queer and non-binary person in the world, I answer all the time, not just during Pride. And so I just want to get a feel from you folks. How is that ratio going? Are you exhausted? Are you able to educate? Maybe you are able but don't want to. Um, for me, I think there's, and I also know that I don't speak for anybody else, and I am quite privileged. I am white, I'm able-bodied, I'm university educated, and I want to be more committed to using my platform as this place where we can have more open dialogues around the intersections of our own identity, and as we go through searching for whatever it is that we are searching for. A lot of my clients talk about their spiritual journey. I teach a mindful journey. And I think mindfulness, I'll say before and I'll say it again, mindfulness is the gatekeeper to spirituality. So, how do we bring mindfulness and bring your journey into this space of intersections? And how do we help you become more aware of what's happening in the world in terms of LGBTQ plus 2S rights, and not just here in our own country or in your own province or city, but beyond? And how can we become more better at becoming allies and embrace the intersectionalities that exist within the queer community and within our communities at large? So I just wanted to share a little bit with you this week. Mindfulness saved my life. Okay, mindfulness literally saved my life. I leaned so hard on embodiment supports, on meditation, breath work when in my teenage years when I came out, again during and around the death of my father when I was 20, 21, and then again 5 years later when I was grappling and overcoming my addiction to alcohol. And then every day as I come out constantly as queer and non-binary. So mindfulness is this practice that I continue to lean on and to support myself with. And I think it's really important for you folks to know that, because the overall teaching of mindfulness and in general more contemplative practices that we have, yoga, any spiritual based practice, breath, they may not necessarily come across as inclusive, even though, I think these institutions are inherently, but they don't actually come across as that way. And I would like to see that changed. Myself as a mindfulness teacher, I make sure to continually do this work so that folks from all walks of life can feel welcome in my space. And I want to make sure that I continue to do that by deepening my own connection to my own lineage and history, and being aware and acknowledging the place that I'm in. So, I think it's important to note that when someone feels so deeply that they're different from the norm, and this was me, this has been me, this maybe still will be me in some instances, years to come maybe. When someone feels so different from the norm, it can lead to negative self-talk. It can lead to having closer encounters with risky behaviors, whether that looks like addiction or going out late at night or partying. It can lead to thoughts of suicide. It can lead to depression. It can lead to anxiety and other sorts of health problems. And I can tell you right now that having mindfulness as a support, and of course, supports look very different for different folks. Maybe it's community, maybe it's family, maybe it's a workplace that has gender neutral washrooms, maybe it's yoga studios and instructors that don't assume or market classes based on people's gender. Even if it's managers at work who use gender neutral language like hey folks or friends or hey team or hey everyone instead of saying hey ladies. That can be, these supports can be huge. They can be game changers for folks as we enter into this world that we are in right now and this reopening aspect of things. So I would love for you to come by on Wednesday. I'm hosting myself on Inspiring Insights this week with an opportunity to talk openly and to have this dialogue amongst the folks that come. This is a place for you to ask questions about how we can queer mindfulness more. I'll talk a little bit about my story, of course, and what pride means to me and how we can go together now as we step forward into this newer world of reopening, and how we can be more considerate of the intersectional identities that exist so that we can make folks feel safe and make folks feel brave in spaces that we host. So that is Wednesday, June 16th. It's going to be 7 p.m. I would love to have you there. I would absolutely love it. And by registering as well, you are going to get $30 off. You're going to get the early bird ticket for the Summer Solstice that I'm hosting this coming Sunday, June 20th. It's called Midsummer Mind. Midsummer Mind is going to be a beautiful virtual mindfulness retreat. You're going to get some free resources, some downloadable audio meditations, a workbook, and I'm going to create a space, hopefully, alongside with you, the space of healing, a place of vulnerability, where we can come together and share. And if it's anything like the last retreat that I hosted, you're going to want to be there. This is beautiful and brilliant, and the things that people shared last time are life-changing. This work is life-changing work. So if you're looking to change your life, come to the Midsummer Solstice. And by doing that, you can actually save $30 on your ticket by registering for this Wednesday's Inspiring Insights podcast. Okay, there's a lot more that I offer: Reiki, mindfulness courses. But right now, I want to just make sure that we go together and we talk about things like spiritual bypassing and what pride means to me and what allyship can mean to you, and the role of intersectionality in mindfulness. And I would love to have you there in that space so that we can share together and we can grow together. Okay, so the link is in my bio. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. Always, always a pleasure. And Pride is not just about the month of June. Okay, Pride is every day for me. And if I can share a little bit and use my platform for change and for understanding, that's something to wake up for every morning. So thank you again. Have a great week. I'll see you Wednesday, and then I'll see you Sunday at Midsummer Mind.